YouTube, what's going on? Back with another presentation. This is always Eamon. I want to thank you for stopping by the channel. Make sure you hit that like button, comment, subscribe. Got a lot of great content coming. And without any further ado, let's go ahead and get into this video. This video today, just going over the final product of my build is finished. Long story short, on my Glock 19, this is the final product right here. If you check part 1, part 2, you'll see how everything came together. And I finally got everything together. So I'm going over the setup and the magazines, the uses, and how everything came together. So let's get into it. Before we start that, this is loaded. It's an everyday carry, but the firearm is clear. Nothing in there. Safe direction. All right. See, I got the trigger back, so everything's nice and safe. Okay, so this is the Glock 45 slide that I replaced. Originally, this was a Glock 19 Gen 4 non-MOS, but I decided I wanted to get a red dot on the platform, and it wasn't MOS, so I had to rebuild the whole thing just from a lower. I sold my upper and ordered me a Glock 45 Gen 5 upper MOS. It didn't come with plates. The slide was brand new, but you know, it wasn't new as in the box, because that wouldn't make any sense to have a slide and send the Glock box with everything in it. So they just took the slide off probably and just sold the FFL, the slide, and I bought it. So anyway, I had to order me a MOS plate. Got my MOS plate installed on there. Then I got me a Holosun right here. You can check out the individual unboxing and review of this. This is the 407C. The exact model number is HE407C-GRX2. This is the green dot model. Hope the camera can pick that up. Yeah. So yeah, guys, I got the Holosun put on there. And next up, I had to, well, before the Holosun, just to be chronologically correct, I had to put the night sights, the suppressor height sights on there, so I can get a good co-witness, lower 1/3. And it took a little bit of patience, actually, because I had to order everything separately, and I didn't order everything all in one day, so I had to go a few days just completely ignoring the bill because I was waiting on stuff, or I had to get more money to order something else and stuff like that. But everything came together. So I put the height sights on there. I did that myself. Everything I did myself, installing accessories. So I put the height sights on there. These are Ameriglow, all black, black front sight and black rear sight. I think this is the GL429, the product name for the Ameriglow sights. You can find them on Amazon. It's about 50 bucks. And next up, I put the after I put the red dot sight and install all of that, I got the stream light right here. This is the 7X 500 lumen. Gets the job done. I'm definitely a stream light fan. Love stream lights. And that was pretty much it as far as the accessories. As you can see, I did install the beaver tail. This is the medium. Originally, I wasn't going to use it because I didn't like it, but over time, I started to get used to holding my my 19X, which already came with the beaver tail on it. And I just love the way the 19X feel. I mean, I don't even I don't even know how this feels in my hand without it, because I like it the way it came. This already came like that, with the beaver tail on there. So, but I knew that the 19X is based off the Gen 5, pretty much an early model Gen 5, which means it didn't have finger grooves. Now, the first time I experimented and tried to put the beaver tail on this, but though this is Gen 4 with the finger grooves, the Gen 3 and the Gen 4 is a little bit fatter in this area. Even without the backstrap, it's much thicker, because as you can see with this backstrap on here, I mean, if you actually have a Gen 5, uh, like a 19X or a 17 Gen 5, and you compare it to a 19 Gen 4, Gen 3, you can just eyeball it and noticeably see the difference. Like, it's much skinnier in here. So anyway, it was too fat for my hand the first time I tried the beaver tail. I didn't like it, and I went this whole time without it. But today I had actually said, you know what? Let me just put it on there just so both of them can match with the beaver tail, and let me just see, because maybe I decided too early that I wasn't going to use it on the Gen 4, and I put it back on there. Like I said, Benzo already used it on the 19X, and I come to actually like it. Like, I actually really like it, even though it's a little bit thicker than the Gen 5. But I like the way it actually feels my hand. It is a little bit much thicker, but it's kind of a good thick. Like, it fills my hand to the point where there's not too much room to slide. The problem with me and my hands, is my hand will slide. Being that the Glock got this hump that protrudes into your palm, my hand will slide this way, when it's sweating. So my grip would normally be like this. But if it's sweating too hard or something like that, I'll start to slide this way to the right. But this actually feels good. It's like it really feels like I'm holding a gun. Like, it's nice and thick, and it's like I can actually put a lot of pressure on it and squeeze it and lock into it without having to put too much pressure and automatically start to slide, because just the way it's set up, the way the ergonomics is. Um, like this one, for example, is perfect. I can put as much grip on this as I want. I mean, this is absolutely perfect. But this one is a little bit thick, but it still does the job very well. And I also love the beaver tail, because just like on my 19X, I noticed that I can get really, really high up on a gun. Like, I can get a really, really solid purchase with the beaver tail on, and I feel more comfortable. I mean, I never really got slab bite because my hands aren't that big, but it just feels a lot more perfect, as far as me holding a gun and being able to control it. Like, you would think that a slimmer grip that you can wrap your hands around more would be adequate, but it actually doesn't work that way from my experience with firearms. Um, or not all the time. Sometimes it's actually good to thicken the gun up, because then you, like I said, you got more gun to grabs, versus if it's too skinny, then it's like you can't really get a solid purchase on it like you think you can, because it's just like it's more room to slide, because it's so thick. It's like it's not going nowhere, because I can really hug up on it. So I really like this back strap. I think I'm gonna be rocking with the back strap from now on, guys, for my future builds. But moving on, so we got the Holosun, we got the Emergo height sights, we got the Team Light, Streamlight TLR7X. Um, Next up, my magazine. As you can see, this is the OEM Glock magazine, the 15 round capacity, and I installed a +2 extension. I decided to do this because I had it available, but also when I thought about it, I see a lot of people use aftermarket extensions, which is cool if that works for you and it's reliable. And who knows, I might do it too. So, I mean, they definitely look cool, being as though you can get different colors and all kinds of stuff like that, and obviously more capacity. I think the highest you can get up to is like maybe like a +5. Um, but the fact that it's OEM, and yes, it's only +2, but it has its advantages, because this is the way I'll be carrying it. Instead of me having like a +5 Strike Industries or SLR base plate, something like that, that's hanging out like back here, um, Well, the SLR actually is kind of short, but regardlessly, I like the way it doesn't hang like too much, but it gives me a nice round capacity because um like this is my 17 round with the Glock 17. This is another mag that I'll use for this one. And obviously when I put this one in there, you see how this one fits. Like it got the little hang, and it just doesn't look orthodox with the firearm. And this is 17 round and one in the head, which would be 18. However, with this one, it looks like it fits. It fits the bill for its ergonomics and how it looks and stuff. It doesn't look like it doesn't belong. And it's the same thing. From 15, now I get 17 rounds plus one head, 18, just like this one. But I don't have to have that overhang that looks like it doesn't belong once again. So I have no problem carrying it like this, like appendix, just like this. And I got a solid 18 rounds. That's more than enough to handle most situations. Feel very comfortable with that. And also I have the second magazine, which is the same thing. Unfortunately, this one is FDE. I took it off my 19X because I had a lot of magazines for my 19X. But if you don't know, the plus two Glock OEM extensions, like the ones that come on these right here, I actually took this one off of this one and put it on here, and I put that the flat base plate back on here, so you can see what the roundage is. Like that's what it is right there, right there. But moving on. So if you don't know, like I said, the OEM plus two, these will work for any double stack magazines. Like you can take, if you get one of these, and normally they come with it, you can take that off and put it on one of your other magazines, and you can swap them out. And if you got a 19X, you can take some of those off and swap them out and put them on, just like how I did it right here. And this really works out for me. I mean, to each his own. Some people, like I said, some people use the SLRs and the Strike Industries and the aftermarket ones, but the fact that I can stay straight OEM and still manage to have extra round capacity, and it's not hanging out too much, it looks like it belongs there. And I really like the setup, guys. I'm really liking this. Like it came a long way. Put a lot of work into it. Spent a lot of unnecessary money, being as though I should have just bought the MOS to begin with. I slightly feel that way about my 19X, but at the same time, being as though this is my favorite Glock and I always wanted this one, even before I've decided to fully embrace Glock as my main brand. I always wanted this one. This one and the SIG M18. Even though I'm not really a fan of SIGs, but I still might get the SIG M18 just because it's one of my favorite pistols. But yeah, I didn't get. I should have got the pretty much a Glock 19 Gen 5 MOS to begin with, but this just a part of firearm. Sometimes you think you might like something, and then later on, once you get to scrolling on YouTube, seeing other gun tubes, you're like, dang, that looks cool right there, man. I should have got that. Or let me go mill my slide, or let me go buy this light and get rid of this one because I don't like this, or let me change my setup like that. But I'm really liking this build, guys. Like I said, this is my forever day curry build. What I mean by that, if you didn't already catch it in the last videos, is basically this is a gun that's going to be in my EDC rotation. This is my official EDC. Obviously, I'm going to have more in the future, so I'm not going to say this is the only gun I'm going to have, but uh, it's permanently going to be in rotation. Like it's never going to change. I love Glock 19. You can't go wrong. It's compact, but it gives you the full size feel. You get what I'm saying? It's suited and booted with everything I need for general purpose EDC. I got a light for nighttime, a red dot sight for long accurate shots, uh, backup sights in case my optic ever fail, extended magazines, and that's pretty much it, guys. Obviously, I have one of these. Like I said, these are my magazines. I got the 17 round. I have the another 17 round. Just like this one. Let me show you how that one looks from there. That's how that look right there. Doesn't match the color at all, but it's all good. eventually I'll get another black one. And of course I have the this this bad boy. Um, so the last thing I'm waiting on actually, guys, is my holster. Now that I've just got the build, because I didn't want to order a holster and I wasn't finished with the build, you know, and you end up changing directions and deciding you want to do something different, and then you didn't order the holster that fits the wrong light and all of that. So I wanted to completely finish my build. Now that I'm finished, I'll go ahead and order me a holster. And this will be my setup. So I'll have this one carried in the firearm with my hollow points. Generally speaking, I like to use these right here. These are the this is the Hornady Critical Defense. I get them confused because they have the duty and the defense. I can't remember which one this is. I think it's the defense, but pretty much the red polymer tip. 135 grain, I know that. And then I'll have this one as my backup magazine, or pretty much interchangeable between either one of these. This one would be like something I'll leave in the car or something like that, or just in the house. Is pretty much is always going to be a backup magazine. So I may or may not bring it with me, but if I do, it'll be in the car in case anything happens. I need more rounds, or to be in the house again if I need to. Well, if I'm in the house with this and I decide to just, you know what, let me just rock this for the home defense today, or I could just use this interchangeably between this and my 19X. I have another one of these that's the color of my 19X, but you know, I'll have this in there as a backup magazine in a car in case anything goes down, stuff like that. And then I also have this magazine right here, the 17 round. Most likely I probably won't use this one though. I'm probably gonna put this with my 19X. I don't even know why I'm even, yeah, because I have this one and this is the same capacity as that. So it makes no sense to even use this at this point. But maybe I will though, because I can put a extended base plate on this one, and then I'll have 19 rounds in this one if I stay with the OEM one. So yeah, this pretty much to be my magazine setup right here, guys. That's pretty much it, guys. That's the build. Again, this is the Glock 19 build. Gen 5 45 MOS slide with the Gen 4 Glock 19 frame with the medium back strap. Got the Hollowson 407C, Streamlight, TLR7X, Ameriglow sights, two 17 round magazine, 17 round magazines plus one in the head, carried with 18. And that'll pretty much wrap up the build, guys. So this build is finished. After I get my holster, that'll be it. And I can start moving on to my other builds. The 19X pretty much finished as well because I'm just keeping this one stock. I'm not really upgrading anything on this one. Only thing I'm doing with this one is adding a light, but that's pretty much it. But my next build that I should be picking up that firearm, I believe tomorrow or Thursday. But yeah, I wanted to completely finish this build so I can move on. I like to do one build at a time. I don't like to keep just buying endless firearms that never complete in the first one, and then you still got to end up coming back to it. So this one's finished, now I can move on to the next Glock build. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this build, guys. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Tell me what you think about the build. Do you like Glock 19s? What's your favorite gen? Do you have a model like this, or do you have a Glock 45, a 19? Do you like the MOS? What's your setup? And just stay tuned in with your boy, guys. So I'll see you guys next time in the next video. Thanks so much for stopping by. Peace.